Muranga, you realize that the host community is not benefiting from the water. The water is
Karemenu in Muranga?
Karemenu is in Ruiru, I think it's Muranga.
It is not in Muranga, but
okay, that project, the Northern Collector Tunnel. Let me correct myself. The Northern Collector Tunnel, which is in Muranga, when we visited that project, again the same story of the host community not benefiting and the water benefiting some communities downstream is the same that has been repeated in Mwache. So, Madam Speaker, I want to urge that the planners of this water project must take care of the host community before it benefits other community. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Member for Tharaka.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, today we are debating the bill itself. Yesterday we were on the estimates, but the statements that were made yesterday continue to be repeated this morning, and it's important that we also respond to them. Number one, we were given areas where this money is actually being appropriated to, and we debated on those areas. A repetition that there is money being allocated to the presidency. We have said that the presidency is as important as any other facet of this government. And to prove this, you can see what the office is doing as we speak today. The chief executive of the country is out of the country, busy working for this country in matters that are going to be of benefit to us. That is number one. Number two, as he works out there, the deputy president, and we must admit that we have one of the best deputy presidents since the era of Moi. Moi was the only other person who actually rivals Professor Kindiki. Absolutely. You can see the way he's running the country in the absence of the chief executive. I do repeat, without any qualms whatsoever, that
what is out of order, member for Kegumo?
What's the scale? I don't have to have your scale.
Take your seat, Honorable Murugara.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think we must also be truthful and factual in this House, and all statements must be verifiable. How, starting order number 83, how can Murugara claim that you have the best deputy president since the era of Moi? What criteria are you using?
Honorable Gigi.
Thank you very much. Let me give you the right scale. The right scale is number one.
Members, the member has just taken on his feet.
I haven't said anything.
He has not even spoken. Give him a minute to say something.
The scale I have used is my own scale. I am entitled to debate. I am entitled to express my opinion here. I can assure you, listen to why I say so, if you want to hear. Number one, Professor Kindiki understands the government.
Honorable members,
understands the government.
Honorable members, we agreed shouting will not sort out our issues. I am being very fair to give every person a chance to speak. Honorable members, Honorable Ngogoyo, take your seat. Take your seat. I have not given you the floor. Take your seat. Honorable members, let us maintain decorum. We were doing very well. Even now, there is no chance, there is no reason to be agitated. We will hear each other. So, honorable members, I know many of you are really pushing buttons today, but allow us. No, I'm not sending anyone out. And do not do the speaker's work. Do not do the speaker's work. I will give you Honorable Kalasinga, what is out of order? It is not only you, Honorable Ngogoyo. Honorable members are raising points of order.
Madam
I will
Speaker.
indulge Honorable Kalasinga.
Madam Speaker, is Honorable Murugara in order to insinuate that the current deputy president was elected by the people of Kenya? They were not. He was appointed by a few executives. Madam Speaker, can he purport to be telling us about the deputy president who was not elected on the ballot? On the ballot, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Murugara.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, it is important I remind you that I am a seasoned lawyer in this country, and everybody knows it. Nobody would ever point a finger at me. In this country, you do not elect a deputy president, my friend. Deputy presidents are nominated. Read your law. We never casted any votes for a deputy president, and we will never do so. Even regarding Gachagua, we did not vote for him.
What is out of order?
We voted for only the president.
Hold on, Murugara.
His name appears with a nominated deputy president.
Honorable Ngogoyo, what is out of order? And shouting at the speaker does not add to your cause. What is out of order?
Madam Speaker, and Madam Speaker, you know I have a lot of respect for you. I stand understanding Order 97. 1, a member cannot speak on a question twice. The Honorable Murugara spoke yesterday on this question.
On what?
On this question on the supplementary budget. He's speaking for the second time. You cannot speak on a matter twice, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Ngogoyo, that I know there is a lot of confusion of what went on yesterday and what is going on today. Honorable members, be guided that yesterday was the report, which was very different, which is very different from what we are dealing with today. This bill has just been moved today. Yesterday was something very different. So, honorable members, Honorable Murugara, do not explain that. The speaker has guided. It was not exhaustive. You did not speak yesterday.
The speaker
so kindly
has guided.
Finish your submission and we make progress.
And I was called upon to substantiate what I said. Absolutely. No, substantiation is as follows. And I'm also a student of history. So I know what President Moi did when he was vice president to Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. So when I draw the comparison, when I draw the analogy, I have the facts in my fingertips. And if you wish to get them, I'll give them to you one by one. We must absolutely, we have said we are allocating 200 million to the office of the deputy president. And you cannot question that, I'm sorry, because we passed the estimates yesterday. If you were not here, you have yourself to blame. Number two, it depends on whether this motion, this bill, will carry the day or not. And it's going to carry the day. Therefore, we must appreciate the important work that Deputy President is doing for the country. And I must laud the ODM. When they gave us the experts, actually we from the Mount Kenya East, we also gave this government an expert in the name of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kindiki. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, I need to clarify to the House something very quickly. Yesterday's motion was the consideration of the supplementary estimates for the year 2025-2026 general debate, that this House adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on the consideration of the same. So that even the members who spoke yesterday, you still have a chance to speak today, because these are different bill, different motion. Are we together, honorable members? We are doing very well. Honorable members, I'll give the member for Suba South. Honorable Karoli.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I think what we are witnessing here is now the long list of examples of poor planning in this administration. a government that is very long on promises and short on delivery, that exhibits unprecedented confusion, impulsive expenditure, limited transparency and accountability. We have before us a supplementary budget concentrating resources in the office of the Deputy President for what they call operations, office of the State House for what they call operations again, Department of Internal Security for what they call general administration, and National Intelligence Service for what they don't even describe what it is. Madam Speaker, we know why this money is being allocated to these particular offices. It is to provide resources for political campaigns. We know that. They do it all the time. Confidential expenditure that nobody can verify. And it goes on a long list, including the failed Kisumu rally that was financed by the state.
Honorable Karoli, there is a point of order from the Chair, National Administration.
Give me the mic, please. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think the learned, my good friend learned Karoli is misleading the House. And I want to challenge the members who are actually making noise on this. We should delink the office of the institution, the presidency, from the individuals. We should not use the floor of this House to do our cheap politics. It is my committee that appropriates and allocates funds to these offices. And I can confirm to the country and this House that these funds are well spent, they are justified, and they are to do for the good of the country, not the individuals.
Order!
Yes.
Order! Keep on. Order! Is it you to ask him what's his point of order? Is that your business? Order, Ngogoyo. Order. You rose on a point of order. Proceed and tell me what's your point of order. Order. What's your point of order?
Thank you, Speaker.
Yes.
Speaker, I'm saying the learned friend, Karoli, should not mislead this House.
You're not a lawyer. Are you a lawyer yourself?
I'm not.
So you don't, only lawyers can call one another learned friends. Order, proceed. Proceed.
He's my friend, but he's not learned. Honorable Speaker.
Okay, yeah.
The solution being offered is as bad as the problem itself. Mr. Speaker, wise men have told us before that life under good government is rarely dramatic. The life under a bad government is always so. Honorable Speaker, we are being told that there's money here being allocated for the completion of the stadiums that are being built for AFCON. Let me tell the world, the Talanta Stadium, which they want to name after our great leader Raila Amolo Odinga, is itself an example of how corrupt and how inept this government is. That particular stadium, the original costing was 18 billion. It was revised to 32 billion by University of Nairobi. Today, that stadium is costing $342 million.
What's your point of order, Honorable Dawood? Order. Honorable Dawood, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, yes. Honorable Karoli should substantiate when he said that this money is going for political campaigns. Can he substantiate which political campaigns is he talking about?
Honorable Speaker, there is a schedule here. The 200 million to the office of the Deputy President is
order, Honorable Karoli, the majority leader is on a point of order. Order.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, majority leader.
Honorable Speaker, I rise because I don't want to interrupt Honorable Karoli, and I want to just ask members. Honorable Karoli has his right to say whatever he wants to say. And Honorable Speaker, we are degrading the image of this House. Thoroughly. We are degrading the image of this House when Honorable Karoli stands in his place and the best he can get is a shouting match. Honorable Rahim has a right to interject, Honorable Speaker. And you have given him the right to interject. He will interject for a minute, then Honorable Karoli continues. The member for Kajiado North is there shouting at the other one, you sit down. And Honorable Speaker, you have rightly told the member for Kajiado North, Honorable Ngogoyo, you are the one presiding the House. I really want to beseech you, members. Let us not degrade ourselves to the level we are degrading ourselves, to a level worse than county assemblies, honestly. We should allow, this is exactly what I'm speaking about. Honorable Speaker,
Yes.
it speaks volumes to a member's maturity level. When you can't have the temerity.
Honorable Ngogoyo.
Order,
Honorable Majority Leader, order. Honorable members, I want this House to have the dignity that it deserves. I had told you before yesterday, I'm not going to give anybody the honor of sending him out of the House, because maybe they would appear on the headlines, and that might appeal to people outside the House. The dignity of the House must be protected. But I'm going to change that now. If I hear any shouting matches here, and somebody without deferring the responsibility of maintaining order in the House to the Speaker, or the Chair for that matter, decides to go on a shouting match across, I'm going to send you out of the House. And I can tell you one thing. I've done that many times before. And I will be willing to do it again. Honorable members, each one of you will get an opportunity. Honorable Ngogoyo, you had your moment. You contributed. You're going to contribute again to this motion if you want. Anybody who has an order. Order. Who is supposed to do that? You? Kalasinga, Honorable Kalasinga, Honorable Murillo. Everybody will have his moment to rebut, to advance, to explain, to oppose, to propose, to support in this House. This is a house of talking. But it's a house of ideas. It's not a house of shouting matches. So let us maintain that dignity. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I really thank the Majority Leader for those wise words. Unfortunately, he has set the bad precedent himself in this House. He spends a lot of time addressing imaginary enemies and wasting our time here. Anyway, Honorable Speaker, as I was saying, what we have here, and I'm looking at the breakdown, there's a long schedule here. When you look at the expenses, if this was a serious government, they could have contemplated some of them when they were making the main budget. There's nothing we can call emergency here, or something that is so special. And the large amounts of resources are allocated to areas that are traditionally known for opaque expenditure and lack of accountability. That is why I'm saying much of the resources here, close to 8-point-something billion, is being taken to areas that we know are being used for politics. 200 million to enable the Deputy President continue traveling around the country doing politics. 1 billion to State House. We don't know what happens there, but most of the times we see yellow colors. It has become a party headquarters that is not the house that is supposed to unify the entire republic. And if you look at National Intelligence Service,
Order. You are a lawyer. You understand the traditions in all democracies. There are a number of institutions that you cannot discuss them in the House. If you have to discuss them, you must have in camera. You cannot discuss the national intelligence. You cannot discuss our armed forces. You cannot discuss the Navy, the Army, the Air Force in the manner you're going to discuss